This is my first time ever reacting to Pink Floyd. What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. My name's Jorge, aka George. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. I have heard Pink Floyd's music before, surely. In fact, I think that's how I kind of got into music as a teenager, 12, 13 years old, and, putting on the headphones and started listening to the classic rock and roll of that era. Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, all of those. And I was like, man, this is, this music is kind of great. And then kind of time went by, started listening to other types of music, etc. But now, right here, right now in 2025, I created this channel in the hopes of reigniting that fire within me and capturing again the music of that time period, right? The 60s, 70s, 80s, such great music, right? They don't make them like that anymore, as they say. And so I'm here exploring all different artists. You guys can check around, the channel. I was on YouTube and I saw that Pink Floyd released this music video. Wish You Were Here. I have heard the song before, of course, but I didn't know that, it didn't have a music video, or maybe it did, and this is a newer version. If you guys have more information, please write it down. But I was surprised when it came out 5 days ago. I was like, just now they're releasing a music video. So let's get into it. I'm excited for this song, and we'll probably dive deeper into Pink Floyd because there's many songs that I haven't heard. I've probably just heard the biggest hits, right? Like maybe 5-10 songs that everybody knows. But aside from that, there's so much music that I still want to discover. So grab some popcorn, fill up your water, put your headphones on, and let's go.
And discipline remains mercifully.
Yes, and neither would you, Derek, this star nonsense.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
I'm sure of it.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? Hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze.
this song talks about so much. There's like different, it goes into like the political realm, like metamorphosis, about being human, feelings. I'll talk about it more at the end. I'll do a little bit of a search so I don't interrupt. But yeah, it's a lot going on in this song, and of course very emotional. Oh, I like that transition from space to your eye. The vocals there, the head voice. Ah. As that humanoid figure just sort of rots away, this song makes me have like an existential crisis. First things first, we hit the like. I subscribe to Pink Floyd, and I'll have a link of the original video down in the description below. So like I said, I used to listen to the song when I was a teenager, and back then I didn't pay much attention to music. So right now, going back to these songs, I'm trying to find a deeper meaning and really look at the lyrics. The part that stood out to me, and probably for most people, is how I wish you were here. And so that instantly makes me think of people that have passed away, that are no longer with us, right? Family members, friends, loved ones. And it's like a switch. It gets you emotional. It like if I really want, like if I kept playing this back to back to back by myself, I would probably shed tears. But seeing it now and listening to it, it gives me this newer like interpretation of the song, because, and we're gonna look at the lyrics, there's so much more going on there. And I get that in some parts maybe they're being a bit like vague, ambiguous. I think that is something that Pink Floyd does very well. They play on the edge, this line of like conceptual lyrics that talk about metamorphosis, like living, dying, like what is our purpose, and all these concepts. But also, I think they leave it up to interpretation to a certain extent. Let me look at the lyrics here. This is Pink Floyd's, the title track on Pink Floyd's 1975 album. Okay, the song lyrics encompasses writer Roger Waters' feelings of alienation from other people, drawing particular inspiration from his old... Oh man, they cut out... Okay, I'm gonna read more. But man, let's get these ads out of here. Thank you. Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze. They're so good at coming up with lyrics that that becomes like vivid in your mind, like visuals. It must be so fun, creating music videos for Pink Floyd songs, because they talk about so many things, and it's like you're not going to have lack of inspiration or ideas if you hear their music and it's like, okay, now make a music video. That has to be very entertaining, because it's also surreal, and you could play around with different elements, as we saw here in the video. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fish bowl. Even that alone, you could make an entire music video, like from that sentence. Year after year, running over the same old ground. What have we found? The same old fears. Wish you were here. And they also, touch upon getting older and looking back into life. Man, for some reason, I always think this song is longer than what it is. And it's not short. It's actually longer than usual, 5 minutes, but it feels like it flies by. Like you listen to the song and it's like, okay, we're in like going into the second verse now, right? And it just ends and you're like, what? How did this, what in the time illusion is going on here? And I had the same feeling here. I was like, no. And I knew it started to come to an end, but I was like, they should have kept going. And no, they shouldn't, because then, the song is the way it is, and that's final. But maybe if they created an extended version, I don't know if one exists out there, an official one, right? Not like a fan made, but like an official extended version, because I want to hear those parts again. And it's like they kind of say it differently. The wish you were here, chorus. It's kind of different than you're expecting it to come back to the beginning and give us that again, but they don't. All right, so in the music video, they're showing us some behind the scenes footage, black and white, of the band members, playing the instruments, kind of living their life, going about, right? Yeah, there's some shot here in like the train station. Just they're humans, they're people like us, and I think we forget that. We kind of look at musicians and all these legends like they're up there, and they are, but they also took the bus, they walked around the streets, they put one sock at a time like the rest of us. And I like how human they become when we see these videos. It's like, wow, they're just there playing, but then they mix the video with some surreal images of this person, this figure that could represent anybody, right? This is like just a human out there floating around in the sky, trying to find its purpose. Like there's a lot of thought in there. You're not really grounded, so you're kind of feeling doubts and questions being like this shot right there. You're just spinning around there in the sky at night. It's like, what's going on? What's going on through your thoughts? Then we go deeper into the the cell level, microscopic, the sperm going into the egg, the fetus, it's growing up, turns into a fly. This is what I'm saying with the metamorphosis and the evolution of humans. And then they do these like what is it, like op art kind of thing, optical illusions, Mandela effect, spinning around. It's like it's getting trippy. And Pink Floyd is known for like a bit of psychedelic to them, but it's psychedelic with like human thought, with like human it's like more. It's a combination of two things that it's hard to describe. But then at the end here, it's as if this person was in Mars or something, and they start to deteriorate and fade into nothing. So that's kind of haunting there at the end. But all in all, the music video is very like captivating, and the visuals are really good for making you think and putting you in that place. It's like, okay, what's going on here? And like I said, probably everyone can interpret this in their own way, and I like that about it. So I'm going to look at the meaning here, if they have an actual meaning. Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here" is a poignant. AI loves the word poignant. Every time I look up the meaning of a song, it uses it. Poignant tribute to lost connections, primarily mourning the mental decline of original frontman Syd Barrett and reflecting the band's own feelings of alienation and disillusionment with the music industry's commercialism, a longing for past innocence and the absence of meaning in modern life. That's a lot. I mean, for one song, they fit in there like 5 different concepts. The mental decline of Syd Barrett. Huh. Okay. I mean, I'm not familiar with his life story or what happened, so maybe I can look into that later on and watch like a documentary on Pink Floyd. Why not? But yeah, it's like they touch upon, all these things, the feelings of alienation, disillusionment. It kind of, leaves you feeling like you're up in the clouds, like you're floating, and like you're in this state of limbo, I would say, which is kind of difficult to process, and it's not something that we would want to stay in, right? We like definitive answers. Is it yes or no? Like, am I here or there? And this song is just like, think about it. Done. Mic drop. Okay, well, that is Pink Floyd, guys. If you have more suggestions, please comment down below, subscribe, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.